Hello Internet, and welcome to Film Theory, where today, we are diving headfirst into a world of giants, walls, and secrets. Giants' walls. Secrets so deep they could have their own Titan form. We're talking, of course, about Attack on Titan. Now on the surface, this show seems pretty straightforward, right? Humanity is on the brink of extinction, fighting giant, man-eating monsters. It's a classic tale of survival of courage against impossible odds. But what if I told you that from the very first episode Hajime Isayama was playing a different game? He was weaving a web of clues hiding bombshell plot twists in plain sight for years. This isn't just an action-packed anime, it's a mystery box, a narrative puzzle. The genius of Attack on Titan isn't just in its shocking reveals. Colossal Titan reveal, armored Titan reveal the world beyond the walls. The real magic lies in how those reveals were earned. Isayama didn't pull twists from thin air. He planted seeds years in advance, subtle visual cues, symbolic imagery dialogue with double meaning. These hidden details are everywhere, opening themes, ending themes, background shots. For first-time viewers, they're just part of the scenery. But for those of us willing to put on our theorist caps and re-watch, let's start at the very beginning, Episode 1. A young Eren Yeager wakes up from a long, confusing dream under a tree. As he comes to, he's crying and can't explain why. It's an emotional and slightly jarring moment, but what many people miss is the imagery right before he wakes up. We see a flash of a field of white flowers, identical to the ones growing right next to him. These aren't just any flowers, they are a powerful symbol that recurs throughout the series. They represent innocence, they represent peace, they represent a life free from conflict. But they also appear at moments of immense tragedy, often stained with blood. These flowers are present in the dream, where Eren sees glimpses of the future, including his mother's death. They are a visual link between his desire for a peaceful world and the horrific sacrifices required to achieve any version of it. The field of flowers represents a paradise that is forever out of reach, a dream that turns into a nightmare upon waking. Let's fast forward to the ending credits of Season 1. Among the dark, historical-looking illustrations, there's a very strange image. A praying mantis eating its own kind. But look closer. A praying mantis is one of the few creatures in nature known for sexual cannibalism, where the female consumes the male. Now think about the core conflict of Attack on Titan. It's not just humans versus Titans. As we later learn, it's Titan versus Titan. It's Eldians turned into monsters being used as weapons to devour other Eldians. It's a cycle of self-destruction. Ymir Fritz's daughters ate her to inherit the Titan power. The Titan shifters who came after them had to eat their predecessors to gain their abilities. That small, unsettling drawing in the credits wasn't just for shock value, it was a massive clue to the true nature of the Titans, and the horrific cyclical history that our heroes were trapped in. It was a spoiler for the entire lore of the world, disguised as a random nature fact. Alright, for our next clue, let's talk about something that appeared in every single episode of the first 3 seasons, yet was almost universally ignored. The title cards. You know, those inner titles that pop up before commercial breaks, after commercial breaks, usually with some text in a language none of us could read. For years, the community assumed it was German or some made-up script meant to add to the show's European-inspired aesthetic. We saw it so often that it just became background noise. But what if I told you that text wasn't gibberish, it was a message, and if you had simply flipped it upside down, you would have cracked one of the series' biggest secrets. That text, when inverted, is actually English, and it's not just random words, it's a detailed lore dump about the world of Attack on Titan. It describes the 9 Titan powers. It describes the history of the Eldian Empire. It describes the nation of Marley. Yes, you heard that right. The name of the enemy nation hiding across the sea, a twist that wasn't revealed until the end of Season 3 was right there on screen in every episode from the very beginning. The title cards were, quite literally, giving away the entire backstory of the world years before the characters discovered it for themselves. It was the ultimate, the truth is out there moment, hidden by a simple visual trick. It was a bold, almost arrogant move by Isayama, betting his audience would overlook the obvious. And he was right. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of Titan biology, or, well, should I say, Titan abilities. Take the female Titan, for example. During her rampage in Season 1, she bites off the head of a Survey Corps member using Eren as bait. It's brutal, but odd. She doesn't swallow him. She holds his body in her mouth, then eventually spits it out. Why? A rule we learn later explains this. A shifter can gain another's powers by consuming spinal fluid. Later, during her fight with Eren, Annie does something stranger. After defeating him, she doesn't eat him whole. She painstakingly bites off his head from his Titan body. She wasn't trying to kill him, she was trying to absorb him. The Attack Titan's true ability is one of the biggest twists, and it was foreshadowed. Its power, it can see the memories of its future inheritors. Essentially, it can see into the future. Eren shows this long before he understands it. In episode 1, his long dream is actually a flood of future memories, including glimpses of his mom's death, hints of the rumbling. He wakes up crying because he's mourning a future he just saw. It also explains why Eren Kruger knew the names of Mikasa and Armin. He was seeing them through Eren's future memories, so after digging through all these hidden clues, one big question remains. Why does any of this matter? It matters because it fundamentally changes what Attack on Titan is. It's not just a passive viewing experience, it's an interactive puzzle crafted with incredible care. Hajime Isayama didn't just tell a story, he built a world where the truth was a buried treasure. He gave his audience a map, albeit one written in code. This approach creates a unique and powerful bond between the story and the viewer. We become part of the Survey Corps, searching for answers alongside the characters. Ultimately, the hidden details are what make Attack on Titan a modern masterpiece. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. Thanks for reading.